Wait a minute. It's Friday? It's time for Stan the Fan, Chief Grand Poobah Man, and the Friday Baseball Show. Griffin Bass helps bring more class to the Friday Baseball Show. They'll talk best games, Dan Charles is his name on the Friday Baseball Show. He's been in the owner's suite. He's been doing sports talk since 81. He's only lived in Baltimore for 45 years, but we'll give him a break on that, They'll acknowledge football, don't expect calls. It's the Friday Baseball Show. It's okay to say Glenn's back on Monday, but this is the Friday Baseball Show. The Friday Baseball Show. The Friday Baseball Show. Duke still sucks.
Did you sing that, Griffin?
I did not. That was courtesy of our good friend and listener, Chris Erich, who is.
I like the Duke sucks part. That's great.
Yeah. Stan does not like that part.
Oh, right,
Yeah,
right.
he's-
Of course.
He's a Duke guy.
He's a Coach K guy. Can you believe that?
No, I can't. I still can't believe it. But so he usually wants me to kind of fade it down before we get to that Duke sucks part.
Okay.
So he can't hear it.
I
and
do
he'll-
know.
and he'll jump in. So
I
that
do
way
know
he
who
can't.
wrote that part. That was Glenn Clark who wrote that.
The Duke sucks. Yes, that is true. That originated from.
Well, I am not Stan the Fan.
No, you
as
are not.
you all can tell. I am filling in for Stan, who got a hip replacement surgery on Tuesday, I believe. He's doing well, but he couldn't make it in today, and he might not be able to make it in next Friday, and I will be in for him at this point then as well. So we've got a good show for you. Soon we have PressBox's Orioles writer Karuga Koinange on the show, and we're going to talk Orioles with him. We're going to talk about how his first year on the Orioles beat is going, and then we have at 11:30 Josh Hauser, the baseball coach at Harford Community College. He took his team to the World Series, the JUCO College World Series, for the third time in program history, but the first time with Hauser as head coach. He's actually been a part of all three World Series runs, but this was the first time as a head coach. So thank you, everyone, for tuning in. We will have Karuga on hopefully momentarily. Is he on right now?
It looks like he's good to go. Yeah,
We're good to go. Karuga! Good to see you, buddy.
Good to see you guys. How are you?
Good. Well, thank you for joining us. I know you got a busy morning, so thank you for joining us.
I'm happy to be here.
So we haven't talked a bunch about this in particular, but your first year on the Orioles beat, how's it going? What do you think?
Well, it's been definitely a roller coaster ride. Of the
Oh,
first
all right.
season. I would say. I mean, don't get me wrong. From my perspective, it's been good. But just as far as the team.
Oh, the
obviously,
team. Okay.
Yeah.
It's been really interesting. But definitely, it's been nice. Everybody has been very welcoming, from the players to the staff. So it's just been really a pleasure to be able to be a part of it. And yeah, I'm just grateful to be here, honestly.
Now, had you ever been on a single team's beat for an entire season before?
Not at this level, no.
Okay. And tell our listeners what your full-time job is, because you're also involved in journalism with that as well.
That's right. Well, I am an editor/writer for a financial research firm, so not really sports related. But yes, I do a little bit of financial journalism, and then a lot of different freelance writing as well. Writing about tech companies downtown and life sciences companies downtown, and just feature stories about interesting people in Baltimore. So a lot of different stuff going on.
And for us, you do a lot of interesting feature stories on baseball players in Baltimore. And people can read your latest print story in the June edition. It's about how relievers get ready to pitch and stay prepared, even though they don't know when they're going to pitch. So basically the routine of a reliever, and you talk to Yennier Cano, you talk to Rico Garcia about that. And so people can check that out. And also you talk to Rico about some fun stuff. Not necessarily baseball related, but 10 questions with Rico right there. And Rico's had a terrific year, and he was good enough to talk to you about some non-baseball stuff. So there you go. Check that out, and you can people can pick up the print issue of PressBox at Highs. Isn't that right, Griffin?
Correct. All the Baltimore area locations at Highs. We got a bunch of them. So check out.
Yes.
Go to Highs.
Go to
get
Highs.
Your press boxes. Also,
you get your press box.
PressBoxOnline.com.
PressBoxOnline.com, and you can find more of Karuga's stuff at PressBoxOnline.com. I assume you'll be at the ballpark at some point this weekend, right?
That's correct. I will be there hopefully tonight and then tomorrow and Sunday as well.
Okay, cool. Awesome. And we are currently gearing up for the August print issue of PressBox, and you are planning on writing about Jeremiah Jackson, right? And the grind of like a career minor leaguer who ends up making it to the major leagues and then has to fight to stay, right?
Yeah, spent 6 years in the minors, so really want to tell that story of, people consider that toiling, I think, but I think there's a lot of interesting stories and interesting developments that can happen in the time when you aren't in the major league. So I really want to be able to highlight what Jeremiah went through in that regard, and just tell the story of how obviously this year really taking advantage of his opportunities. So talk about kind of that rise.
Right. All right. So the team. The Orioles are 50-53. They are 3 games back of the last wild card. The Boston Red Sox currently, I believe, hold the last wild card thanks to a 15-game winning streak that the Orioles just snapped. Now the Orioles come back home for a brief homestand with the Atlanta Braves. The Braves haven't been playing great baseball of late, but they're still in first place in the NL East. 9 games until the trade deadline. What's your assessment of where the club is right now? Buyer, seller, a little bit of both. What do you think?
Well, if you asked me 2 weeks ago, I would have said sellers for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously after the winning streak, that kind of changed the map. So they're in a really interesting spot because, as you said, 9 games left, and those games are against the Braves, Tigers, and Phillies. So 2 playoff teams, and then one kind of fringe, and the Tigers, I guess. So if you realistically you come out of that 5-4, then I wonder if you maybe become buyers and try to make a push. I think that's something that we haven't really seen Mike Elias do in his tenure so far. At the trade deadline is maybe be aggressive for a dude. So I think that's something that they could potentially do this time around.
Right. Probably the best trade deadline pickup that they've had during the Elias era is, I guess, Zach Eflin. And he was really good down the stretch of 24, but it's been injury marred ever since. So yeah, they haven't really pushed the chips all in for a dude at any point at the deadline, right? So not that I can recall.
No, yeah, it doesn't feel that way. I mean, that Trevor Rogers trade, I guess, probably it was like.
There you go. But that was like a project.
Yeah, that was kind of kind of a project.
It wasn't. Yeah,
would have been if he helped immediately. That would have been amazing, and
it ended up working out.
Yeah,
but to your point,
are they in any kind of position to make some sort of obviously we're at the deadline right now, but a Corbin Burns type of accusation, right?
It's a middling.
There's not really a Corbin Burns out there, but
it's a middling farm system,
right?
So I don't know, but
it's just.
But Karuga, one thing that has been good of late, really the past 4, 5, 6 weeks, the starting rotation, has been really solid, and the guys currently in the rotation have really, outside of Kramer's start in the first end of the doubleheader the other day, have given them a chance to win pretty much every time out, a competitive start every time out. What have you seen from that group to allow them the club to have a chance to win every day?
Well, I think consistency. Recently, is kind of, I think they've only just found consistently recently,
Right.
like the first time this season, honestly. That's kind of the first time we've kind of seen them put everything together. So I can't put a finger on exactly what it is because we've seen stretches where they have played like this. They just haven't really been able to string it together as long as they have recently. So I can't honestly tell you what one thing it is.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing I am happy about though is just their aggression in trying to keep this group together. Like we obviously just saw Kyle Bradish
Yep.
get an extension.
Yep.
And so I hope I'm not overstepping by asking a question on the
Yeah, go ahead.
But one thing I'm curious about on that same token is one guy I'd like to see extended is Trevor Rogers. I'm curious, they've been aggressive obviously with locking up guys, so I'm wondering kind of maybe when his deal might be coming, if at all this year.
Right. So let me ask you this. If you had like 9-10 weeks until you could become a free agent and you could be one of the best starting pitchers on the market, would you let it ride at this point and see what's out there and test your value in free agency? Or if the Orioles came to you and say, we were talking about an offer the Orioles could give, the qualifying offer is about $22 million roughly, and Griffin suggested how about the qualifying offer times 4, which would be roughly like 4 years, $90 million. Would you take that, or would you let it ride and see what's out there in free agency if you're Trevor Rogers and his agent?
Well, I guess that just depends on how you feel about his health, really. So I don't know if I'd be comfortable rolling the dice with that. So I would feel comfortable taking that, but I'm also, I think he has to be more selfish than that.
Right.
So I'm just curious because I feel like he's certainly worthy of an extension. So I'm hoping that it's something that can happen soon. Obviously, him being a lefty is a big advantage as well. So I'm just curious if it will happen.
Yeah. So Jesus Luzardo got what, like 146, something along those lines. And then Ranger Suarez in free agency got 130. I don't think Trevor will get as much as those guys because those guys miss more bats than him.
It was 135 for Luzardo.
Yeah, okay. And then but that was attached to his final year of arbitration. So the whole package was like 146.
Yeah, then Ranger
whatever.
got 130.
Yeah. I don't think he'll get as much as those guys because he doesn't miss as many bats as those guys.
And so are the Orioles even offering that for 90? Like if they're probably offering something closer to that Kyle Bradish extension.
Correct.
And then at that point, it doesn't make sense for Trevor Rogers.
If you're Trevor Rogers,
when he's this close to,
if you're Trevor Rogers' agent, you're telling him you got like 12 starts before free agency, kid.
Yeah.
Like, give me 12 great starts and I'm going to get you paid.
Yeah. They might not even have to be. I mean, they might, it'd be, it's only going to help if he continues to have a sub-2 ERA in this stretch. But yeah, I mean, it probably doesn't even have to be that great for him to be the best left-hander on the market
right now. And like with his age, he's what, 28, 29 years old?
I believe he's
going to be 29. Yeah, I think he's going to be 29 next year. And he's got a fairly fresh arm because he hasn't pitched a ton up to this point because he has had some injuries, so he's got a fresh arm. Like, he's a pretty attractive free agent, and if you're his agent, you know that. Yeah. So, I don't know.
Well,
I don't know if you could tell. If I were his agent, I've said, kid, let's let it ride.
Yeah.
And then maybe he ends up coming back to Baltimore anyway. Because the Orioles, whether the Orioles sign him or not, they're going to need a starter. So I think they could end up in free agency, just end up circling back to him. Because they're going to, if he makes free agency, he's getting a qualifying offer. So, which are still going to be a thing. Like, those will be grandfathered into the next CBA. But anyway, what do you think about that, Karuga?
Well, truth be told, if Kyle Bradish had even waited out, I feel like he could have.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, for me, if Kyle Bradish was really good for the next 2 years, he could have been like a monster free agent.
Yeah,
but he's already been hurt, and he's got generational wealth staring him in the face. And like, if you're the Orioles, there's some upside to the deal because like 590, that's 18 a year. That's on the free agent market. That's number 3 starter money.
Yeah.
And so you get the upside as the team that if he pitches like an ace, that's a bargain. But if you're Kyle, you've already been hurt. You've already had a couple seasons impacted by this elbow, and you get generational wealth. So it seems like a fair deal to me. And that's how these deals get done. Like, it's a win for both sides. So maybe there's still a win for both sides to be found with Rogers. I'm just this close to free agency. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Yeah,
I think he goes
at this point. There's almost no chance. Right, that they, unless they blow him out of the water. Which
my prediction is
they clearly don't want to overpay when they're extending these.
My prediction is that Kyle Trevor goes to free agency and bends him over a barrel.
And he comes back?
Yes.
Or really?
That's my prediction.
You think they'll bend?
Yes.
They'll bend? He's not going to end up in Atlanta or something? Or?
They need innings no matter what.
Yeah.
And they'll have money to spend.
Okay. I hope you're right. I'd like to have Trevor Rogers back. Well, to bring it back to the guys on the field, or maybe lack thereof, we just talked about how much better they've been playing of recent, and a lot of that's through the rotation. Karuga, do you think we can expect that to continue now that they're going to have both of their starting catchers out for? We just painted the picture. This is the most important stretch, and they're playing a couple of playoff teams. They've got Detroit, who's playing much better of late. Can we continue? Can we expect that to them to continue to play this well when they're now missing probably 2 of their top 4 bats on the season?
Right.
I think in the short term, I do think they're just gelling so well that I think they will keep it up for a little bit. But I do think obviously Basallo going on the 10-day list. I want to see how he looks when he comes back, and see if they can keep it up. Then until he's back, then I feel like they'll definitely be able to kind of keep it going until throughout the rest of the season.
So another huge loss, Blaze Alexander. Do you think Kobe can handle third base?
That's kind of bringing it back to the trade deadline. I feel like and I think I saw Mike Bordick talked about this earlier this week about needing to go get a third baseman. I feel like experimenting with Kobe there, I'm not sure that that's really the route to go, to be honest. I think that they need to get someone who can be there full time and not have to be switching around so much.
Yeah, I agree.
So a lot of needs, and
if they're going to buy,
right?
I think their top needs right now are getting their 2 catchers back. Right?
And I guess the first, and that's not. We're not going to see them. For the next 10
the catchers they have on the roster right now, they can't hit at all.
No, do you think we see a move for Creed Willems this weekend? Should we?
Can he catch?
I mean,
like when I saw him in Aberdeen, he couldn't catch.
It doesn't matter. I mean, they need a bat right now, don't they? I mean, I guess it does matter. You do need to be able to catch, but.
I guess
Chadwick
I'm
Trump,
guessing
Chadwick Trump and Sam. I mean, Sam Helf is. You might as well put me up there. Like it's. I mean,
didn't he strike out 13 times in a row at one point?
I don't think he's.
I think
he saw 13 pitches and he struck out 4 times.
Okay, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Okay, well, God bless him.
Yeah. I mean, hopefully.
I mean, let me tell you this:
if he calls a perfect game, then then
let me tell you this: if you
but...
make it to the major leagues, you're a hell of a hitter.
Sure,
but just maybe not against major league pitching. That's all. But they need their 2 catchers. Go ahead, Karuga.
No, I was just going to ask, just speaking of more needs, how do you guys feel about potentially you can never, add to the bullpen too much. How do you guys feel about it?
Yeah.
They need probably a high leverage lefty or 2, I would say, because really their lefty specialist has been Tyler Wells because of his changeup. He's the guy that's been able to get out left-handed bats for them all year. And like when they were in Houston and they had big at-bats, big moments against Yordan Alvarez late in the game, Tyler Wells is who you wanted to have up there and not any lefty that would come out of the pen. So, I think like a true lefty reliever or 2 would definitely help.
Right, and that's what everybody needs. So
yes.
They would be.
You would have to overpay.
Yeah, they would be shelving out quite a bit.
And since you mentioned him, I do just want to also give a little bit of love to Tyler Wells because he was kind of supposed to be a setup man this year, and he's kind of been thrust into a role of being a closer. He hasn't permanently. Alvarez hasn't named him that, but he essentially has been, and I think he's been playing really well. So just
oh yeah. I mean, you think about it. I mean, in 23, he ended the year as the closer, and then not long after that, he has to get Tommy John, and in between, the Orioles pay 2 veteran closers a lot of money, and then mid-2026, Tyler Wells is back to closing games. And so, I mean, kudos to him. But like I said, I mean, he's someone who can handle that role because he can get both left and right-handed hitters out. And like they've got a lot of guys in their bullpen like Yennier Cano and Andrew Kittredge who you don't love against left-handed hitters because they don't have like the same changeup that Wells has to get those guys out. So, that's a great point. I think since about May 1, Tyler Wells has been nails because he got optioned at some point, and then when he came back, I mean, he's just been awesome. He's probably been their best reliever since then.
I think so.
So, very interesting series coming up against the Braves.
It's gonna be Rogers tonight, so that gives you
what is it? Rogers, Boz.
I thought you were,
Rogers, Boz, and
let me check. I was just looking at it. Rogers. They're apparently Young tomorrow, then Boz.
Oh right. Oh, let me ask you about Brandon Young.
Okay.
One of the best stories this year. This is a guy, as I was telling you, this would be a great story. He first got Tommy John surgery when he was 13 years old. Haven't you guys talked about that on the show before?
No, I don't know if we have.
I think he was.
I don't know if I knew that.
Yes.
I do, but I know he's had a bunch of.
Yeah, and then he had Tommy John surgery again in the minor leagues. But
I didn't know it was when he was 13. I thought it was like at least high school.
I think I learned this when he was on your show.
Oh,
it was like probably a few years ago when he discussed this.
When he was still in the minors.
Yeah, when he was still in the minors, he told you guys about it. But how cool is it to see him go from being a guy with an 8+ ERA last year to this, which is like a godsend for the Orioles.
Yeah, he stepped up, and especially I think just to a similar point to Tyler Wells about like stepping up and kind of being given some time to grow into a role. I think earlier this year, if you had just tried to assess Brandon Young and by the first month of the season, you would have said that he's having an awful year. But I mean, he's been pretty unbelievable. Yeah, I think he's been pretty much been one of the most consistent pitchers, I would say, in baseball, not just on the team.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I mean, like, I think Glenn and I were looking at it last week, maybe, or maybe it was earlier this week, and he's had one bad start this year. It was that Houston doubleheader where he gave up those 10 runs.
I was at that game,
and so don't go to any more of his games. I guess.
You go.
Yeah, just.
I've been to more of his starts since then. He's been fun.
Okay, all right, good.
I mean, what they're like, 13-2 in his starts.
Yeah,
whatever
exactly.
It is.
And that's like just like they do win. Like, and I know we're supposed to not be saying wins aren't a pitcher stat anymore, but the team record is what it is when he takes the mound and they just win ball games.
I mean, they would not be as good if
No.
he didn't come around. I mean, really. And the club has taken some hits for their pitching development. They deserve credit for helping him get to this way. This is an undrafted free agent who signed for $20,000 in 2020. That's pretty good.
Yeah,
to get this out of that. So, are there any other stories that you would want to dig into? I know you're going back home for a few weeks, right? In August, you're going back home to Kenya.
Yes, I am.
So, all right.
What are you hoping to see?
Are there any stories that you're hoping to dig into prior to that?
Oof. Okay, let's see. Well, definitely. I mean, I know we've talked about the BY, like you just mentioned, the Tommy John. That's something I definitely want to try to talk to him about before I go. That's a big one. Like you mentioned already, the Jeremiah Jackson feature. I think that's going to be kind of a nice holistic look at his career. I think it would be pretty interesting to assess the rotation, find a way to assess it now compared to maybe earlier this year, like maybe a piece to kind of show how they've progressed throughout the year, how guys have kind of taken advantage of their opportunities. Might be something I'd be interested in.
Karuga, I'm curious if you have any opinion on Gunnar Henderson and maybe what's happened to him this season. And I forget who said it, but somebody said the best trade deadline acquisition the Orioles can make this year is if they can somehow find Gunnar Henderson. Like if he is suddenly Gunnar Henderson, I think we're a lot less worried about these next 2 weeks without Adley and Basayo.
Yeah, I think it's obviously he's had a really brutal season, and a couple of weeks ago he gave an interview I think to Yahoo Sports, and he was very forthcoming about just like, look, I've sucked this year and it's not I haven't been able to put it together. So he knows that he's been in a mega slump. So I think it's just a matter of time, because I'm not sure you want to mess around with moving him around and screwing with anything further. So I think it's frankly just a matter of him getting his mentals right.
I agree.
Yeah.
Gunnar says he's got to try easier, and that's what he did in Boston apparently. So, Karuga, I know you've got a hard stop here soon. We'll let you get back to your hard day of work, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we'll let you get out of here. Thank you for joining us. Hope you had a good time with us.
Yes, I had a great time. I really appreciate you guys having me. And I mean, I've been obviously paying attention to the show, so just grateful to be here. Seriously, appreciate it.
All right. Have fun now at Camden Yards this weekend.
All right. I'll talk to you guys soon. Take care.
Thank you, Karuga.
All right. Want to hit a break?
Yeah, let's do just that. Give me 1 second. Sorry, Luke.
No, you're good.
What are you and Stan going to be getting together next week, or is it going to be just you?
I think it might just be me and Ross.
Okay.
I think it might just be
But you guys will be doing a
yes, we will have a show.
Okay.
We will have a baseball show probably Monday. Might just be me and Ross, so we'll see.
Okay. All right. Got it. Sounds good. But be on the lookout for that. That'll be on Facebook and YouTube, the PressBox, on the PressBox page.
Yes.
All right. Sounds good. When we come back, who are we talking to?
Harford Community College baseball coach Josh Hauser, whose team went 55-8 and went to the JUCO World Series for the third time in program history.
Nice.
Aloha, O's fans! Summer is in full swing, and so is Hawaiian Shirt Weekend at the Yard. And for the first time ever, we have one for kids, too. Watch the O's take on the Atlanta Braves on Sunday, July 26th at 1:35 p.m. 5,000 fans 12 and under will score a Kids Birdland Hawaiian shirt presented by Old Bay. Don't miss out on one of Birdland's favorite giveaways. Get your tickets today at Orioles.com/tickets.
This is Stan the Fan. You know we talk all the time about our O's stepping up in the big moments, delivering when it matters most. If you've been injured in a car accident anywhere around Baltimore, that's your big moment, and you need someone who delivers. That's why I'm here to tell you about Warnken Injury Lawyers. They fight for Baltimore families every single day. Insurance companies play games. Warnken plays to win. So call 443-RESULTS. That's 443-RESULTS, or go to warnkenlaw.com. When you need results, it's right there in the number, 443-RESULTS.
Your car is more than just a ride. It's an investment. At Leading Edge Auto Body in Mount Washington, we've spent over 20 years perfecting the art of repair. From high-end imports to your trusted daily driver, we handle all makes and models with elite precision. Our team holds the highest honors in the industry, including ASE Master, iCar Platinum, and specialized aluminum certifications. We make it easy with free towing, pickup, and delivery, because at Leading Edge, customer satisfaction comes first. And remember, with insurance, it's your car and it's your choice. Choose the experts. Leading Edge Auto Body. Quality you can see. Service you can trust. Go to leadingedgeautobody.com today.
When you feel invisible, exhausted, stressed, or anxious, when you have days that just feel too hard to get through, you are not alone. If you or someone you love is struggling with mental health or problems with drugs or alcohol, help is right in your hands. Call or text 988 to get support whenever you need it. Help is here. Call or text 988. Brought to you by Maryland Department of Health.
The stars are shining brighter at Live Casino this summer. Celebrate America's 250th with $1 million. Earn entries daily July 1st through August 29th and snap a pic with our game board for a chance to win $100 in free play every week. We'll draw 50 free play winners each Saturday and $1 million winner on August 29th. Light it up at Live Casino. At Arundel Mills, must be 21. Please play responsibly. For help, visit mdgamblinghelp.org or call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Gambling can be a fun and entertaining experience, but there are risks involved. If you're planning on betting on the game at the casino or on your phone or computer, know your limit, stay within it. Set a budget and a time to stop. Remember, gambling isn't a financial solution, and it doesn't mix well with alcohol or drugs. Know the risks and have a plan before you begin gambling. For free and confidential services, call 1-800-GAMBLER 24/7 or go to helpmygamblingproblem.org.
The latest edition of PressBox is available now. On the cover, Dave LaMonaco profiles Orioles play-by-play voice Kevin Brown, looking at his rise as an amiable mainstay and one of the top voices in all of baseball. Also inside, Antonio Barbera looks at whether the championship window is narrowing for the Ravens veteran core, and our special travel section with a look at sports tourism options throughout Maryland for you and your family to enjoy this summer. PressBox is available for free at over 250 locations throughout the region, including your Baltimore area High's Dairy stores. Plus, you can read the entire issue online at PressBoxOnline.com, where you can also find great betting advice and the best daily coverage of the Orioles, Ravens, and Terps.
Did you change the channel? You did not. You're listening to The Baseball Show with Griffin Bass and Stan the Fan Charles.
And welcome back into the Friday Baseball Show. Be sure to pick up a print issue of PressBox. Available now at many, many different Highs locations.
Who's that guy on the cover?
That is Kevin Brown on the cover.
Oh, nice. Is he back this weekend, I wonder?
I hope so, because he's great. And you can read about him by Dave LaMonaco in page number 16 in this issue. It's a great story about the rise of Kevin Brown. I'm thinking like Dark Knight Rises now because of all the Christopher Nolan
he would probably love that.
Yes.
He would love that analogy.
Yes,
I'm
but
sure.
it's a really good story, and we've got a lot of college sports in here as well. We were talking to Karuga about his story about how relievers stay ready, even though they don't know when they're going to pitch, and like the reliever routine, et cetera, et cetera. Starters know when they're going to pitch. They're going to pitch every 5 or 6 days. Relievers don't. And then we've got a lot of good college sports stuff in here as well. And I break down the portal landscape locally, including at Griffin's alma mater of Towson.
Nice.
And I actually checked out Towson's practice.
And they're going to win a lot of games.
You're
saying 16-0 in the
Oh,
CAA?
yeah. Or is it now 18? I think it's 18 now.
Okay. 18
and so definitely check that out. Also, our Ravens writer Antonia Barbara wrote about this veteran core that the Ravens have, if I can find it. No, I can't find it. Hold on. It's a great story. Let's see if I can find it. There you go. You can check that out as well.
A lot of guys on the defense there.
So, all right. So hopefully we'll get Josh Hauser in here soon.
I am definitely like I'm a team that's won 8 of their last 10, which is what the Orioles have done, which seems crazy, which feels crazy, and they're still 3 games under 500. But like, I think these Adley and Basayo injuries are really, really tough. Like they are the guys that manage this rotation.
It was a total bummer going into Boston, biggest series of the year, and you don't have 2 of your best bats. Total bummer.
And I guess they did still find a way to.
Yeah, I will say I was talking to a buddy of mine.
They did not get swept.
I was talking to a buddy of mine. I said, like, the Blaze injury might be just as big because, like, at this point of the season, honestly, a lot of catchers have salami bats because they're beat up. But with Blaze, they don't have anybody who can match his versatility, and they don't have anybody who can really. He's been mashing against left and right-handed pitching all year. And they've done a great job with him. That's like a really good developmental story for the Orioles. Again, the Orioles take some hits about their player development, rightfully so. But Blaze Alexander in Arizona was striking out 32% of the time. This year, his K rate was down to 22%. That's 10 percentage points of drop. Okay. That is a great developmental story for Blaze and for the Orioles. And they don't have them until what, like mid-September?
It's
a broken hand.
Like at best, right? Like yeah. Like it feels similar.
And it happened a half an hour before the break started.
I know. It feels similar to what was it? Was it 24 when Westberg broke his wrist?
Yep.
And
it was the same thing.
Yeah. I mean,
it was
like
a hit by pitch.
Yeah. And then he didn't come back. He came back the last week of the season maybe.
Right.
And he still wasn't Jordan Westberg. Like,
right.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it is the blows, the hits definitely.
Although I do think that Jordan Westberg was at the scene of the crime in terms of the final straw before the wall was moved back a little bit or moved back in a little bit. Like he hit a ball to the track in that first game of that wild card that I thought off the bat had to be.
Was that when the fence was still the deepest, or they had already moved it in slightly? I can't remember what this freaking wall anymore. How many times that they've moved it. But I mean, yeah, I mean, like I guess that's the one hopeful piece is that hopefully these should be minimal stays more or less for Adley and Basayo. I mean, this is how the Orioles kind of operate. Is they're very kind of almost similar to the Ravens, where they're very secretive about injuries and you know how the severity of them. You know, Lamar is day to day for 7 weeks sometimes,
right?
And then we'll miss seven straight weeks. Like that seems like it feels like okay. It feels like it feels like these should be minimal stays for Adley and Basayo, right? Like that's at least the hopeful part of this. So if they can somehow stay within 3 games of a wild card spot, and then by August 1st or 3rd or whenever both of them hopefully are back, that they can still be within striking distance of whoever is ahead of them.
And we can continue talking about this on Monday when I fill in for Stan the Fan Charles on our Monday baseball show. I will be with Ross Grimsley. We might have a special guest. I don't know what Ross is going to want to do. You know what? I should call Ross in the middle of this show. So after, hopefully, like later in the show, we can call Ross. Maybe. This is Griffin. Maybe we can get Ross. So, but anyway, definitely tune in. It'll probably be like 5:00 on Monday. So, and it appears that we have Josh Hauser on the line.
We are working to connect with
We're
him.
working to connect with.
Yeah.
Great. So, but we do have him on the line.
Yes,
okay, great.
Yeah, we're working. There has been a development in the sports world, not baseball adjacent, but
what happened?
LeBron James has found a new home.
Really? Where?
Yes. Do you want to guess?
Let me guess.
This is great radio. This is exactly how you're supposed
Philly?
to do it, right? Yeah, Philly.
Really?
2 years, $8 million to sign with the Philadelphia 76ers.
You're kidding?
No. Shams Charania has it.
Okay.
This is real.
We can get Josh Hauser's thoughts on that.
Yeah, we can.
There you go.
Our long national nightmare is finally over. It is.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got you.
I'm disappointed. I thought he was going to come. Home.
Oh, to Washington.
To Washington.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. To mentor
which would be
AJ
his new home.
DeBonster.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. To
Okay.
mentor DeBonster. You know, Trae Young was obviously going to probably have like 25 assists a game.
Yeah.
He probably will anyway. Maybe it might be like 21 or 22 now instead.
Of course.
Now that LeBron's not here.
Of course.
But yeah, I mean, I guess the Wizards can still contend in the East.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even with LeBron in Philly.
Absolutely.
No, you don't think so?
Title. 2027.
I don't like. There's not a lot of conviction behind that.
Really?
No.
You're kidding. I couldn't believe this more. Come on. Anyway.
All right. Well, so those are your immediate thoughts on LeBron to Philly.
It's an interesting fit.
Okay. Yeah, it is. It is. They landed Jaylen Brown, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it'll be Jaylen Brown.
Is out.
It'll be Jaylen Brown,
VJ Edgecombe,
Joel Embiid,
Tyrese Maxey.
I guess. I mean, are they the team? Are they the team to beat in the East now?
Could be. Who's better, them or Boston? I don't know. That's an interesting. What an interesting fit.
Yeah. Is it 717? Okay. All right. Got it. I will dial in. Sure.
Okay. So we're working on connecting with Josh Howard.
Should we? Yeah.
You want to go to a break?
Yes. Let's
go
to
a break. All right. That was terrific radio.
The stars are shining brighter at Live Casino this summer. Celebrate America's 250th with $1 million. Earn entries daily July 1st through August 29th and snap a pic with our game board for a chance to win $100 in free play every week. We'll draw 50 free play winners each Saturday and $1 million winner on August 29th. Light it up at Live Casino. At Arundel Mills, must be 21. Please play responsibly. For help, visit mdgamblinghelp.org or call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Your car is more than just a ride. It's an investment. At Leading Edge Auto Body in Mount Washington, we've spent over 20 years perfecting the art of repair. From high-end imports to your trusted daily driver, we handle all makes and models with elite precision. Our team holds the highest honors in the industry, including ASE Master, iCar Platinum, and specialized aluminum certifications. We make it easy with free towing, pickup, and delivery because at Leading Edge, customer satisfaction comes first. And remember, with insurance, it's your car and it's your choice. Choose the experts. Leading Edge Auto Body. Quality you can see. Service you can trust. Go to leadingedgeautobody.com today.
Aloha, O's fans. Summer is in full swing, and so is Hawaiian Shirt Weekend at the Yard. Catch the O's take on the Atlanta Braves Friday, July 24th and Saturday, July 25th at 7:05 p.m. Be one of 20,000 fans to score a Birdland Hawaiian shirt presented by Old Bay. Don't miss out on one of Birdland's favorite giveaways, perfect for repping the O's at the Yard, at the beach, and everywhere in between. Get your tickets at Orioles.com/tickets.
Gambling can be a fun and entertaining experience, but there are risks involved. If you're planning on betting on the game at the casino or on your phone or computer, know your limit, stay within it. Set a budget and a time to stop. Remember, gambling isn't a financial solution, and it doesn't mix well with alcohol or drugs. Know the risks and have a plan before you begin gambling. For free and confidential services, call 1-800-GAMBLER 24/7 or go to helpmygamblingproblem.org.
This is Byron Warnkin. If you've been injured in a car or truck crash, you probably know this is stressful. Medical bills, the insurance company giving you the runaround, you got to get your car fixed. You don't just need a lawyer, you need results. At Warnkin LLC, we represent the injured across Maryland. Whether it's a car or truck crash case, medical malpractice, or any other serious personal injury, we fight for maximum compensation for you and maximum ease for you. You don't want to have to deal with this stuff. Warnkin LLC has been voted best personal injury law firm in Maryland for a reason. For us, 443 Results isn't just a phone number, it's our mission. Get the advocate that you need. Call us today, 443 Results, or visit us online, warnkinlaw.com. That's WARNKENLAW.com.
Make the most out of every day in your Toyota RAV4. Available in hybrid or gas-only models. A RAV4 can get you where you want to go in style. Check out buyatoyota.com for deals on new RAV4s from your local Toyota dealer today.
When you feel invisible, exhausted, stressed, or anxious, and you have days that just feel too hard to get through, you are not alone. If you or someone you love is struggling with mental health or problems with drugs or alcohol, help is right in your hands. Call or text 988 to get support whenever you need it. Help is here. Call or text 988. Brought to you by Maryland Department of Health.
It's Gus Johnson, and you're listening to the Baseball Show with Griffin Bass. It's the Fan Charles!
And welcome back to the Friday Baseball Show.
You didn't like Gus Johnson?
I don't know. Was that you?
No, it was Gus Johnson.
Oh, okay. I understand.
Yeah,
Okay. But joining us now is Harford Community College baseball coach Josh Hauser, who just put together a 55-8 season. Harford Community goes to the JUCO World Series for the third time in program history, and the first time with Josh as the head coach. Josh, congratulations. Thank you for joining the show.
Yep. Thank you guys for having me. I appreciate it.
So for you coming into this year, what were your expectations? Did you have World Series expectations? How did it all come together?
Yeah, I mean, I think every year, that's kind of the pinnacle of what we're looking to do is win a national championship. Obviously, like on the coaching end of things, some years come together better than others. And, we did have a group of, pretty sophomore heavy this year. So leaned on some guys that played a big role for us as freshmen the year prior, and felt like we had the people in the room to do it. But getting through a full baseball season, not only healthy but playing good baseball at the right time and different things like that. It sometimes doesn't come together like that. But I think we knew we had the right group going in, and everything just kind of played in our favor, and it was an awesome year though.
So, Josh, the first time we talked this year was actually at Harford Media Day, and there was snow on the ground, and we were in the middle of a miserable winter. So how do you get your team prepared to play in that and get to a point where you go 55-8?
Yeah, I mean, I think for us, like we have the good fortune of we have a really great indoor facility that we have access to train at up here. And I think obviously being in the Northeast and what the winter can throw you at different times, I think having that makes it 10 times easier to get through your winters and obviously prepare for the spring. I never think we're truly, you can look at the team we are in February and the team we are in, the beginning of May, and it's like two completely different teams most years. So, the product that we put on the field and just the quality of, our reps and what we do in game is definitely progresses as the year goes. We're definitely not as refined as we need to be in early season, but I think for us too, it kind of allows us to kind of figure out what we're good at, what we're bad at, and things that we need to kind of continue to work at day to day throughout the year. So it worked out really well for us this year. And honestly, us having a great facility here and having turf and everything allowed us to get through what was a pretty gruesome winter up here in general. And we played a ton of games still, and I think it allowed us to not get super backed up, and you can obviously keep guys off their feet a little better and hopefully keep your entire group healthy as you go into the later half of the year. So probably worked out a little better for us than it did for other teams, but I think we have a good setup here for our guys, obviously being in the winter months and stuff.
So, Josh, the thing that stuck out to me the most when I was looking at your team's numbers is that you had a lot of guys who had monster offensive seasons. Is that a product of, like you said, having a sophomore heavy team, or is some of that like the JUCO offensive environment? Talk me through that a little bit.
I mean, I think it's a little bit of both. I think offense in general at the collegiate level, not just the junior college level, has been up for a couple of years now, especially. But I think in general, like definitely having some sophomores and having some experience in the room definitely helps. We had a number of those same guys that had really good years this year. They played a really key part of what their 25 season was like, and when they were freshmen. So a lot of them had kind of been through the ringer a little bit. We went really deep in playoffs last year, and we came up just short in a super regional. And a lot of those guys were on the field in that. A lot of those guys played a lot of high leverage playoff baseball, and I think the experience certainly helped. But I think the players that we added to the room besides those guys were also great people too. A lot of good players in there, a lot of guys that played, a key factor in what our year was. But I think the room just came together really well, and it was a really unique blend of a lot of different guys that could have success in different ways. And I think we were, as an offense as a whole, I think we were able to kind of maximize that, which is really cool to see.
That was kind of what I wanted to ask a little bit about too, about Coach Hauser here, is kind of what does the roster construction look like? Like what is that kind of landscape of JUCO ball? Is it guys that are because I imagine there's a good bit of turnover with guys trying to kind of get back to a higher level, as well as guys maybe taking a step back at times, and maybe guys that just want to play ball. What does the roster kind of look like year to year?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely matured. Like obviously just in college baseball right now, it's like the transfer portal and everything, it gets somewhat chaotic. So our roster now is definitely more of a balance of, we still I think our roots still belong with like getting kids out of high school that maybe were underlooked or under recruited in today's day and age. The profile of high school player that we can target and maybe get here is a lot more advanced than it used to be, just because of how college baseball has kind of turned into. But we definitely have some bounce backs from four-year schools that come here, kind of try to reset, kind of rebuild their resume in some sort of way, and then be able to obviously go back to that level. So every year, like, it's definitely a new group. We're definitely rotating a lot of faces. I mean, we just actually, off of this World Series team, we just graduated like 24, 25 guys. So the turnover going into this, this fall when we get back to campus here in a little over a month is going to be pretty substantial. And it's trying to find the right players, obviously, but the right people to kind of put into, what our group is every year. And you just hope you do a good job with it. But I think the sophomores every year here do such an excellent job of kind of laying the foundation and creating an environment that's really welcoming. So I feel like year to year, the cultural and the atmosphere that's provided here for guys is that's something that we as coaches generally don't have to worry about, because I feel like everything is in place and our guys do an awesome job of just bringing the new guys along. So it's interesting at the JUCO level, but this is probably how a lot of high level JUCOs do it, and that's kind of how you have to do it in today's day and age to have success.
Do you have any friends at four-year schools that reach out to you asking for advice about the heavy roster turnover era? Because, like, for example, at Maryland, they had something like 23 guys transferred. Do you have anybody reaching out to you for advice about how to handle this?
I don't think necessarily. I think a lot, especially some of the other coaching staffs, I feel like there's a lot of people on their staff that have been at the JUCO level or have been in this setting before too. So, some of them, especially at the four-year level now, it is like an immense amount of turnover. But I think they probably look at it in a similar lens to where, you're still leaning on your guys coming back. You're still, if you have a good culture year to year and you have a good situation for guys to walk into year to year and they have an awesome experience, no matter who you bring in or how much turnover there is, regardless, typically you're still going to be able to lean on some of those guys that are coming back. And I think some of the best programs in the country, I think there's not a ton of turnover, to be honest. In today's day and age, there's always going to be turnover because, kids are always going to look to do a little better, or you're going to look to improve your roster in different ways. But I think the best programs in the country are places that kids want to play at, or places that, kind of get the best out of them. And I think they're environments that are like infectious, and you kind of get in them and you don't want to leave them, you know?
You mentioned a moment ago that the offensive environment in college baseball, throughout college baseball, is up. Why do you think that is?
I mean, I think just in general, like the athletes are way better. I mean, but like it's on the pitching side too. I think you could run into a different blend of everything as far as what you see in a game in college baseball. If you watch high level Division I baseball, like you're still going to see high level arms throwing every weekend, and you're going to find your low scoring affairs. But just in general, I think some of the emphasis over the past couple of years on just raw stuff and velo and stuff like that, I think it's been really good because I think it's matured people on the mound a little bit. But I think what's come with that is sometimes you lose, an ability to work through games, an ability to throw multiple pitches for strikes. And I feel like in today's environment, with strike zones tightening, we have a lot of data and tech now that can kind of analyze strike zones. So like umpire zones are shrinking, hitters are adapting to that really well. Base running in today's day and age is far more advanced. So like I feel like offenses are kind of building themselves similar to honestly how I feel like we ran our offense this year. And like I want to be able to attack people and teams in different ways. Like we're going to find games where we can score 15 runs, but in games that we're winning 4-2, like what are we doing that's giving us a competitive advantage on the offensive side that the other team can't, either defend or the other team can't do themselves offensively. So I just think it's a really unique blend, but offense is definitely up. I feel like there's just a higher quality of hitters. The strike zone is definitely shrinking to the hitter's advantage. And there's just multiple ways to attack teams, put them on their heels now. And I feel like you see that a lot in today's game.
I mean, you mentioned the environment as a whole, obviously, and the offense we're seeing across college baseball at all levels. But tell me about what the offensive philosophy is like for you guys and your team. I mean, looking at these numbers, it's insane. I mean, you have a team OPS of 1,200. Like these are video game. These aren't even video game numbers. You can't even achieve this in a video game. I feel like. So what is it about the approach? Is it in the approach from your guys at bat? Is it something you guys are teaching in the classroom and during practice and in the cage? What is it that makes what made this season so special?
Yeah, I think this season even more than recent years. Obviously, like we have a ton of really talented players this year, and that above all is definitely very important. But I feel like from like an approach standpoint this year, just like not even an approach standpoint, just how we went about our days, like it was very challenging at times. Like practice settings, like if you came and watched us hit in practice, you wouldn't see what you feel like the production matches in game. But the settings being challenging, I felt like kind of made the game a little bit easier for guys. And like whether that be like a high velocity machine or like unpredictable, or you're seeing a fastball one pitch, a curveball the next pitch, and it's like facing a real pitcher in that sense. We would do like high spin work where we're facing fastballs and dudes are hitting like foam balls over 100 miles an hour, like coming at them. So like, it's not necessarily easy. It's a grind, but I think the way we went through practice this year, I felt like at least in game for a lot of our guys, like things slowed down a little bit easier for them. I think the challenging settings and pushing them in practice on the hitting side allowed the game to come a little easier. But just in general, like I think it was a fun offense to work with because we had a lot of guys with a lot of different skill sets. I mean, we had a couple players steal at or near 30 bases. I think we grabbed about 200 bases as a team, so we were ultra aggressive on the bases. But I felt like, when we had to move a runner, we had to get a runner, to third base with less than 2 outs. We had to just play a little more sound, fundamental offense to be able to squeak some runs across. I feel like we were still able to do that. So to me, it was a perfect balance of what good offensive baseball should look like. And like I said earlier, it allowed us to win games in different ways. When we faced a high level arm and we had to squeak some runs across, it allowed us to do that. But I think just to practice every day and how we went about each day, challenging guys and putting them in uncomfortable situations, while it may have been frustrating at times, and it certainly, guys go through ebbs and flows in practice where they're not having a ton of success or they are having success. I think through and through that just builds them to be more primed for the game and allows everything in the game situation just to come way easier for them.
So for those who don't know, Harford has a lot of really successful athletic programs, and if you go to that campus, there are a lot of really good facilities. So let me ask you, Josh, why does it work at Harford, not just for you guys, but for a lot of programs on that campus?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's consistent, like how every program would feel here. One, like I think the facilities are awesome. I think we've built a competitive advantage, especially in this region, and especially at the junior college level in this region, to where I feel like we have some of the best facilities up and down the East Coast, whether that be us, basketball, our arena, our lacrosse, like I feel like every sports team here has that advantage, and I think we've definitely reaped the benefit over time. But to me, like to me from a baseball, and it's more tradition too. I had the good fortune of playing here, over 10 years ago now, and my experience here was awesome as a player. And as a coach now, like I feel like you're trying to carry that tradition on. Maybe not in the same way, like you're not gonna. I don't run things necessarily the same as people before me did or people after me may, but I think that's what's unique about it is you want to carry on the tradition, but everybody knows about us now, and I think that's awesome. Like I especially junior college, like being a junior college baseball from my end, like that's exciting. Like I love people to talk about junior college baseball. I think that's awesome. I think it's an area that our level, even across the board in every sport, it's not talked about enough, and any publicity to me regarding us or regarding our programs here at Harford is good publicity. So. I think it starts with our facilities, our resources. To me, we have one of the nicest junior college campuses in the country. We have an awesome campus. It's a unique location, too. So I think there's a lot of things that draw people here. But when you have success as a program, as a department and stuff, and you have that over time, like you become more popular, but you become an option that people want to go to, not just maybe can see themselves at. And I think year by year, it continues to evolve, which is exciting for us.
Last one I got for you, Coach. Are we going to see any of these guys? Have any of them moved up and are at a bigger program now that you know of right now?
Some of our guys from this past year?
Yes.
Yeah, so we have, kind of all over, to be honest. We have a pitcher going to BYU, Maryland, Millersville, Wichita State, North Alabama, LaSalle, UMass, Western Kentucky. It's a large group. Georgia Gwinnett, St. Thomas down in Florida. We're hopefully about to commit a couple more. We have a couple more uncommitted here in the next couple of days, but it's pretty widespread, I would say. That's how recruiting's been for us the past couple of years, but I'm excited. Like I think the best measure of our program is obviously being able to send guys and get them to a high level after here. But I love watching them have success at their next places too. To me, that's the most reassuring, aspect of things. So I think a lot of these guys are primed and ready to be able to get after it at their next schools.
So who can Terps fans look forward to seeing?
We're sending Ben Christine there this next year. He was a pitcher for us this year.
Cool. Well, Coach, thank you for joining us. Again, congratulations on what a terrific year you had, and best of luck next year as well. And I'll see you at Media Day before the season next year too.
Sounds good. I appreciate it, guys. Thanks for having me.
All right, you bet. All right. And our thanks to Josh Hauser for joining us. What a terrific year they had. And I encourage everyone who is listening or watching, go to Harford Community College's baseball stats and look at the offensive numbers. Like, Griffin wasn't kidding. It's ridiculous what kind of offensive year they had. And so they're doing something right. I don't know what is in the water at Harford.
I know, it's like you would think they're playing on a wiffle ball field or something. Like it's just it's
But
insane.
it is true what he said, that the offensive environment across
they
college,
had a 91% stolen base success rate and stole over 200 bases doing that. Like that's.
Do you know how much fun it has to be to play for a coach like that who allows you to? And I'm sure like Josh lets him swing 3-0 and green light. Everyone's got a green light. That's a lot of fun to play baseball that way. There's no doubt. But it is true what he said about the offensive environment across college baseball being up, because if you recall, like the Orioles drafted a few college pitchers who had higher ERAs. And they were asked about that, and they said, well, you don't really want to pay attention to the college ERAs because there are so many different factors at the college level, but one of them is that the offensive environment has gone crazy. Number one, they're not like pitching to the correct equipment. They're pitching to BB core bats, not pitching to wood. Yeah. They're not calling their own pitches. Okay, like they will in most organizations in pro ball, you call your own pitches or you have the final say. And then sometimes like the defense behind you in college is not great. Like it's amazing how many guys in college can at least hack it at shortstop in college, but as soon as they get to pro ball, they can't possibly play shortstop. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I mean,
yeah.
Yeah.
Ben Christine, he had the best ERA of anybody in the rotation. Went 7-1 last year with a 3.79 ERA and a 1.09 WHIP. So
that's who's going to Maryland.
Yes. So maybe the Terps are getting a good one. And I mean, they have good pitchers too. Their pitching numbers aren't nearly as prolific as the offense, but I mean, we're still very good and obviously plenty. They won 55 games.
And I will say this also: it is a great facility at Harford because I used to play softball. Like church league softball at Harford during the fall, and it was right next to the baseball, the ballpark, I should say. And it's a really nice place to play. I mean, it really is. And so, obviously, Harford's men's lacrosse program 4 straight, I think.
Wow. And their women's lacrosse team is good too, isn't it?
I mean, they do a really nice job there, pumping out quality products athletically. So. And it's about like 10 minutes away from where I live. So.
Okay, so yeah,
not a big
vested interest.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
of course.
You want to do check out what's going on around the rest of
course
I
do.
League? All right.
Have you ever thought of taking a cruise to these wonderful destinations with sunny skies and beautiful beaches? Well, wait no longer. We're ready for you to cruise from the Cruise Maryland Terminal.
Have a little phrase that you can go from baggage to margarita in about 15 minutes.
Choose fun with an array of destinations, onboard activities, entertainment, and world-class cuisine.
Contact your travel agent and book your cruise today. Let your adventure begin.
This week,
in the rest of
baseball.
All right, Luke. We'll look around the rest of Major League Baseball here. As obviously we are hyper focused on the Baltimore Orioles and what they're up to. And I mean, the biggest story in baseball has been the Boston Red Sox. So we don't really need to touch on them a whole lot since we just
their winning streak is over.
Yeah,
that's a real shame.
True. Yeah, it is true. Their
I guess that's why you pay Kyle Bradish, right?
And
the Red Sox winning streak.
The Red Sox. All of MLB thanks Kyle Bradish in the Orioles.
Kyle Bradish is talking today about his extension.
Was it
press conference 2:30? Officially signs his deal. Of course, he talked about it after his start on Wednesday too. So
I guess they can
repackage it now. Yes,
right. I mean, they kept pushing. Yeah, whatever. Yeah. But yeah, so that's obviously the biggest story in baseball is Kyle Bradish's extension with the Orioles. But there were other things going on. Other good baseball teams, not just the Red Sox. The Dodgers, the Brewers, and the Braves have all reached the 60th. After last night, the Braves, or yesterday, it was a day game for Atlanta, but they won their 60th game. They were the first 3 teams to reach 60 wins, Dodgers, Brewers, Braves. First time since 1993 that the first 3 teams to reach the 60-win mark all came from the National League.
Oh. Yeah. The Brewers are a player development machine.
Yeah.
They really are. They are. And they've got more coming.
Who's the shortstop they just called? Cooper Pratt, is that
right?
He's up. I guess he's probably taking Joey Ortiz's job since Ortiz unfortunately can't hit.
That is unfortunate.
Yeah,
I thought he would hit better than this.
I know he's like a 590 OPS guy. Like
right.
He just and like consistently it's just.
And he doesn't have to hit that much with the glove he has.
No, yeah, I mean he's a platinum type of glove,
but he just
platinum
can't
caliber. Hit. Yeah. Who were the 3 teams that reached 60 wins first in 93?
93. Oh, in 93?
Yeah. Last time this happened. They were all National League teams.
Oh. The Phillies one of them?
Yep, they were.
Because they won. No, they went
lost.
to the World Series. The Joe Carter World Series, right?
Yes, that was Toronto.
Yes.
Yeah, Toronto won in 93.
Ooh, who else?
Phillies reached 60 wins first.
I don't know. I have no idea.
The San Francisco Baseball Giants.
Like the Will Clark Giants?
I don't know.
I guess.
Was that,
you weren't
he was
around.
93?
Yeah.
Then the Braves as well.
Okay, that makes
Once
sense.
again in 93.
Yeah.
Make sure, because some of these I got a video aspect, so I want to make sure I present them.
He's got video
appropriately. Alex Call, who plays for the
Dodgers, right?
Yes, he plays for the Dodgers. He saw his career flash before his eyes earlier this week.
Okay. Oh, I saw this.
Yeah. Don't read your head too much, Luke. But yeah, he thought. He nearly ended the career, at least the season, maybe, and maybe potentially next season. Of one Shohei Ohtani, as the Dodgers defeated the Philadelphia Phillies on Wednesday nights, and they were obviously I was jumping out of the dugout, and they were going to shake hands. And this is what happened with Alex Call. We don't need this sound actually, but Alex Call plunking the elbow of Shohei Ohtani with his cleat. Here, one more time in case you missed it. But yeah, they hop right over. Ooh,
and that makes him the most wanted man in Japan. Right?
Yes, it does. And then also, obviously, on the
That's
heels,
not a place you want to be.
Maybe the most wanted man in Los Angeles as well.
There you go.
Yeah. But yeah, obviously with especially
on
the heels of Shohei.
Too.
Yeah, especially on the heels of Shohei, shutting it down from pitching wise, is he's going to take a step back from throwing, and he's just going to hit because I guess they're trying to manage his innings. Is that all it is?
Well,
I guess?
It's his knee, right? And it's his landing knee when he pitches. And it seems like something like he could pitch through, but I mean they're like 10 or 11 games up in their division,
right?
And
so there's no reason to push,
and so they're going to be the 1 or 2 seed in the National League, and I think they just want him available to pitch in the postseason. I think.
Okay, then then I guess it's that's pretty simple. Speaking,
I guess they're hoping that Glasnow and Snell are available. I
think they're supposed to be. Like that seems like the way that they're. Neither of them, I think, are necessarily close to returning to the rotation, but they don't care. They just want them to be ready for September/October.
Right, and Yamamoto has made every start.
I think so. Yamamoto and Sasaki's pitching very well. I mean, Justin Robleski, it might be.
So if I were Detroit and LA came calling, Robleski is the guy who I would want. Like Robleski plus is what I would want for Skubal.
Wow. You think the Dodgers would do that?
I would tell them I need like a difference maker I can plug into my rotation right now and in the future.
Seems like Robleski is.
Robleski would be that guy, and then a couple other prospects that I like. That's what I would ask for, and no one would be able to top that.
Yeah, they
and like
because the Dodgers have one of the. How do they continuously have the best farm system? One of the best farm systems in baseball.
So Keith Law came out with his updated top 70, and 7 of them are Dodgers. And so if you're at the trade deadline,
nothing we can do.
If you're a buyer at the trade deadline and you're going after a big fish, you're doing so understanding that if the Dodgers really want that big fish you're after, they can just go get him because they can just dunk on you with whatever offer they can come up with. It's an interesting place to be. So not only can you spend gobs and gobs and gobs of money, you also have a farm system that you can dip into.
That is better than anyone's. That you can top anyone in the trade market.
You can trade for anybody you want.
Well, Dodgers are definitely going to be pitching in the postseason. A guy who is hoping to pitch in the postseason, Kevin Gausman, has released his no trade destinations.
Or it was reported he didn't release them.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Or his
right.
agent.
Yeah.
More likely his agent released
Ken
it.
Rosenthal shared this. I think someone from TSN, the sports, the Toronto, the Canada Sports Network as well, also had it. But it was the Cincinnati Reds, which I guess they're not. They fell off. They're not good. The Tigers, who maybe he doesn't want to go there for whatever reason. The A's, they're not good. The Mets, they're not good. The White Sox have been playing very well. The Pirates are having a good season as well. The Mariners are a good team and also a good pitching environment and up in Seattle. But they're on his no-trade destination, as well as the Milwaukee Brewers, also a no-trade destination for Kevin Gausman. So,
wonder how these guys come up with it. Now, sometimes it's very simple. Like if you have a limited no-trade and it's all big market teams, it is easy to say, well, they're all on there because the player wants to say, well, I'll come there if you give me an extension.
Yeah.
Like, I'll come there if you pay me more. Like that sort of thing. But like,
which I guess these teams,
this seems a little random.
Yeah, I mean, I guess
maybe he just doesn't want to go to these places. I don't know.
Yeah, he just hates Cincinnati.
Well, he's been there before.
And
he had a brief run in Cincinnati, and they used him as a reliever, and it was not great. And then he signed with the Giants as a starter, and that got his career back on track. And he made a bunch of money in Toronto.
Well, I'm glad he
and that was a great buy for the Blue Jays. He's been, I mean, I think it was 5 years, 115, and he's been awesome for them ever since signing that. I know this year his ERA is a little up there, but he's like 35, 36 years old at this point. And so, and like he was very, very close to helping contribute to a World Series win last year.
Yeah.
Like 2 inches away.
It was 5'10", 110 over 5 years.
It's a great deal. That was a great deal for Toronto.
And he is 35. He will be 36 next season. So
time flies, man.
Yeah, it does.
They're only from the.
I'm glad he specified though that he doesn't want to go to the A's or the Mets.
Yeah. So from the 2014 Orioles, that team won the division, and I believe only three players are left from that team. Active players are left from that team: Machado, Gausman, and Christian Walker, who had a cup of coffee late in the year. I think that's it. I think T.J. McFarland retired.
Oh, so already?
I think he retired ahead of this year, and so he would have been number 4. And so, yeah, I mean, time flies. Like I said, I mean, like Manny and Gausman, like those guys are old. It's hard to believe.
I wouldn't be shocked if Tommy Hunter came back and started pitching.
Oh,
maybe if Buck gets another job, then Tommy Hunter.
Yeah, I talked to Tommy Hunter prior to the season for a story I was doing on Pete Alonso because he played with Pete. At, in New York with the Mets, and Tommy was great. You know, typical Tommy Hunter, just like you can hear the energy through the phone. You know, he's one of those guys.
Steve Lombardozzi played on that 14 team.
Yeah, that was early.
Oh, David Lowe. David Lowe was he had some moments. Quentin Berry played. I barely remember Quentin Berry playing.
He must have just pinch run.
Okay. Just looking at the 24. Oh, Alejandro De Aza. He was big. He was a big part of that team.
Yeah, they got him. This was prior to the waiver deadline being.
That's right. Yeah.
Wiped away. Did you like that? Like, did you like having a non-waiver deadline?
No, because it didn't make any sense. I didn't know. I didn't understand it.
Now it's obviously just the one trade deadline.
Yeah. I didn't understand because like Verlander was dealt at that non-waiver.
I think what they were trying to do was to eliminate teams just dumping salary and another team like the Dodgers just being able to take on the salary ahead of the waiver deadline. So.
Okay, I guess. Yeah, I mean, yeah. But remember then a couple years ago, before they finally stopped this, was it the Angels who just cut everyone, or Cleveland? Was it Cleveland who? Yeah, the Angels cut everyone,
and that might have been.
And they were like, and they were like, what the hell is this? This was, that was bizarre,
right?
When Anaheim cut everyone, and then playoff teams were like, all right, we'll pick them up,
right? And then also closed MLB and the PA mostly closed the preseason loophole where. If you had an arbitration guy show up to camp and his game went to hell for whatever reason, like remember when Miguel Gonzalez showed up to camp and his velocity was down like 4 or 5 miles an hour and the Orioles cut him and just bought him out and they only had to pay him like a month's worth of salary?
Oh, really?
Yeah. And so the MLB and the PA basically closed that loophole that once you guarantee an arbitration salary, it's guaranteed.
Gotcha. Good. Feels like I guess how it should be probably. I mean, it's not. I mean, I guess I don't know. Maybe it is fair that he should only get a month's salary. That seems ridiculous though.
Yeah.
How big of a? I mean, imagine you're a Kansas City Royals fan.
Mm-hmm.
Your favorite player is Salvador Perez.
No, if I were a Kansas City Royals fan,
no. That's just in the hypothetical.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Your favorite player is Salvador Perez.
All right.
He hits a home run right over your head, and it goes into those big fountains at Kauffman Stadium.
Okay.
And you mean it was a home run ball? Maybe you've never caught a home run ball before in your life.
Go after it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're gonna be banned from all the ballparks.
Really?
Yeah. So
that's frowned upon in Kansas City.
Yeah, you were not allowed to jump into.
Okay, so let's see it. Okay.
Yeah, here's a home run from Salvador Perez. As you can see, the guy is getting arrested as well. So the ball goes into the fountain, and boom, Salvador Perez jersey jumps into the fountain.
Okay.
For the baseball.
I didn't know that was trespassing.
Salvador Perez was also talking about it. He said take him out of jail. I guess we should listen. I guess we should listen to what he was saying. This is funny.
Salvador Perez.
That's a pope, man.
George Brett.
Courtesy of Royals TV.
Runs in franchise history.
Please, police, just take care of the jail, please. Okay? And send him home. If I was saying, I maybe jumped up and try to get that ball. So please, and thank you for the hard work and try to get that ball.
How much do these baseballs cost?
I don't know, but he did say that's right. So it was Salvi's. I guess it was the franchise record tying home run. Like he tied.
So he
tied
it was
George
a milestone
Brett's,
home run.
Yeah,
right. Okay,
run.
I get it.
Yeah,
All
so
right.
it was a milestone home run as well, and the guy was in the Salvi jersey. I mean, yeah, you jump for it.
Did the guy give it to Salvi?
Well, it sounds
or was
like
he not
arrested.
allowed to?
Yeah, I don't know what
okay.
happened to the. I guess I should have fully vetted this story.
Okay. I guess as part of being arrested, you don't get to do the exchange where you get a Salvi bat, an autograph,
probably
and a
not.
picture.
Maybe the Royals are going to be. They're going to have some leeway to this. You know, maybe they're going to be like, you know what, we're awful. And this guy clearly loves the
team. And we're not pressing charges.
Yeah, we're not pressing charges, and maybe we'll get Salvi to give him a ball or something, a ball and a bat, or
sign
something.
Ball and sign bat. There you go.
Yeah, maybe something like that. But yeah, so that happened this week.
Okay, I didn't see it. This is the first time I've seen that. Okay.
Other things going on involving players around the league. Are you familiar with Jose Caballero and his shenanigans?
Yes, I am familiar with this.
So he apparently the umpires are fed up with Jose Caballero. So if you're not familiar, he has a routine where he purposely waits until the last millisecond before, because the batter has to make eye contact with the pitcher as well.
At 8 seconds.
At 8 seconds. Apparently it's 9 now, I guess, because they've changed it just for Caballero, maybe. But they did. This John Boy put this little compilation together as well. You can hear a lot of the hot mics as well. So.
Oh yeah, at Yankee Stadium.
Courtesy of
pitch clock violation. You don't get to do the 3-4 seconds thing in the box anymore.
I mean, this goes on for like 2 minutes. I think this is what Caballero wants.
So
for the record,
at Yankee Stadium, for whatever reason, their mics are hotter than at other ballparks. And at this stadium, you can hear how the sausage is made, and it's great. It's absolutely great. But yeah, it just seemed like everyone was fed up with this, and they tried to put an end to it, and I totally get it. Because the first game of that series, he got into it with Dennis Santana, who I think actually was cut today.
Was this when they was that because the bench is cleared at some point this series too?
Yes, that's what happened, and so I'm sure
nothing happened.
I'm sure I mean, it's a baseball, it's a fake fight.
It's not the Orioles Yankees,
right? From '98, Armando Benitez. Okay, and so I'm sure the commissioner's office said, "Look, we don't want anybody getting thrown at and getting hurt," and told the umpires that put an end to this before anything happens, and that was the result. And I think maybe Aaron Boone's contention was that he was not told prior to that game that they were going to be stricter about this, is perhaps what Boone's contention was. Because he's got to stick up for his players.
Yeah, he does. And I mean Caballero technically isn't doing anything wrong. It's just that he consistently waits until the last possible window.
It's to annoy the pitchers.
It is.
I mean, it's gamesmanship. It's pitch clock gamesmanship.
I mean, if the Orioles had a guy that was doing this,
we would think it's brilliant.
Yeah, we would. So he's a Yankee, so
it
makes it doubly.
So 29 fan
worse.
bases don't like it.
Right. Did you see that the Angels were cheating? They had a scout that was calls himself the baseball spy.
I did see the baseball spy. What was the baseball spy doing?
Justin Boomer Prinstein was hired by Anaheim over the offseason. And
this past offseason.
Yes,
okay.
He was. And he was scouting the Rockies ahead of the Angels hosting them in Anaheim in early June.
Mm-hmm.
And he was seated in a section at Coors Field that was designated for scouts, and then he was spotted filming coaches. Filming coaches. You could fill the air next time, so you can talk over me.
Oh.
Yes, well,
no, I was waiting for that glorious sneeze.
Okay.
That's what.
Thank you.
I didn't
want anyone else to
locked
hear
in.
Okay.
Okay.
But he was filming apparently the Rockies coaches, I guess. Just another Spygate here.
Okay.
And they
it's not working.
No, it's not working. I mean, you're the second worst team in baseball, and you're filming the. Actually, I guess the Rockies slightly better than the Angels this year. I don't know. Angels have 41 wins right now. The Rockies also 41 wins, and they're both
the Mets
the
have
lowest.
like 42.
Yeah, the Mets have 43.
Oh,
yeah. Mets are on a bit of a run here. They've won 4 of their last 10.
There you go.
That'd be a 4.
I like that.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, you got the 2 worst teams in baseball trying to cheat on one another, and well, it's not working. So
yeah.
But yeah, so that was an interesting. I think
he's got a cool nickname.
The baseball spot. I mean, apparently he calls himself that too.
Then that doesn't count. Come on.
Yeah. So it's
That's
that was a weird story that came up from the Athletic. Rich Rowley, I believe, was diving into that one this week, and I mean, yeah, just not the two of the worst teams in baseball, and they're trying to cheat on each other, and they're the 2 worst teams in baseball. So it's like maybe the Astros were cheating and they won a World Series. That's kind of the Michigan cheated and they won the national championship.
What do you think about MLB taking the AI programs off of the dugout iPads?
I guess I don't really have a whole lot of thoughts.
Okay.
I mean, it's like, do you think they were really using it all that much? I mean, I guess.
Know. Well,
it's just supposed to help them with quicker in-game decision making. Is that the point?
MLB was
or
concerned.
Is it literally saying, do I throw a fastball here or do I throw a changeup?
MLB was concerned about teams calling pitches from the dugout.
Okay. Which AI? I mean, I would still think.
Which
you're just going to trust it inherently 100% no matter what.
Do.
What if a guy's changeup is just getting smashed all night? Like what? Like
right.
Is that still your best pitch?
Right. But there is a team that does call pitches from the dugout.
Mm-hmm.
It's the Marlins, and they're 0-6 in the second half. Just saying.
Wow, and they were the hottest team. They were the hottest team from June into the break. Yeah, so they took it away after the All-Star break.
Yes, so they gave
they've lost 9 in a row now.
They gave teams a month's heads up and said after the break we're taking these programs away.
And so Miami probably was trying that final series of the first half, and they lost all 3 of those. And
that's how my theory's going so far. So,
well, that sucks for Miami. Should Miami fans be upset?
Sure.
They're still 1 game over 500, so they're better than the Orioles.
That's true.
But yeah, they were like the hottest. I mean, they were the best team in baseball for
with a tiny payroll
for that 6 weeks,
with like the 29th
from like June, from like June 1st to the end of the break or to the start of the break.
Yeah,
they were.
They got Otto Lopez for like a $50,000 waiver claim.
No, I mean I believe it though.
Yeah, like a couple years ago.
I mean, like they got the lowest. They're paying like I think Giancarlo Stanton's like the second highest paid player on their team.
Who's the highest paid?
I think Pete Fairbanks, who also isn't pitching because he's hurt.
Oh, did you see what's happened?
Is he back?
All the veteran closers who were signed this past offseason, like all hurt or bad, and like that's been
Helsley, Suarez. Who are the other ones?
Diaz is one.
Yeah.
Fairbanks is another.
Yeah.
But that's like one of the old adages is that you don't spend a lot of free agent dollars on relievers, and teams still do it.
Yeah. And
teams still get burned by it. The Orioles have wasted a lot of money on veteran closers in recent years just to have Tyler Wells closing again.
Yeah. What they give $15 million to Craig Kimbrell, was that a 13?
I think that was like
13.
Yeah, that's
whatever.
Yeah,
I guess if you find a niche as a lockdown reliever, you can make a pretty good living.
Yes, you can.
Final one, Kyle Bradish, not the only pitcher to ink an extension last weekend. So did Chase Burns, but his was almost delayed.
Oh, I saw that.
Reds GM, is it Brad Meador? Is that how you say it?
It's not Jim Bowden anymore?
No.
Okay.
Brad Meador spilled his coffee on the contract that Chase was about to sign. So they had to scramble and quickly print out a new contract.
Who at some point, like an Orioles GM would have seen that as a sign, or like a bad sign. I don't know who that would have been though, and been like, it's off.
They would have just canceled the whole contract if you spill coffee.
And had to explain to Peter Angelos, we can't do this. How's that conversation?
Which GM you think Duquette would have said no? We can't.
No,
we can't
I don't think it would have been Dan. I don't know who it would have been.
Andy, what's this? McPhail?
Maybe.
Those are the only 2 GMs I can name. Well, Michael Elias. I can only name 3 GMs in the history of the Orioles.
I was joking around, but it's funny. Like, I don't know. Is that a bad sign? Bad omen? I don't know.
We'll see. Chase Burns is having an unbelievable season, so I think Reds fans are going to be happy regardless to have him around for the foreseeable future, just as Orioles fans are with Kyle Bradish. But that was Luke this week in the rest of baseball. Also brought to you by CountySports.zone. the latest up-to-date schedules, news, coaching changes, whatever it is, on every county, every sport. Obviously, fall sports are, getting close. Fall trout's going to be soon. And
if you say so, man.
Yeah. So go to countysports.zone for the latest up-to-date news and info and schedules regarding all of your local high school sports team, powered by biotoyota.com. Anything else you want to dive into before we get out of here?
No, nothing.
How does this series play out? Grant Holmes versus Rogers tonight. We missed Chris Sale, which is good.
Yeah, he pitched yesterday.
11 strikeouts, and was it like 5 innings yesterday? I think he went 6.
Yeah, it was a lot of pitches. He gave up. I think it was a lot of hit. I think it was a lot of weak contact that drove up his pitch count.
But Chris Sale's still doing it. He's
still doing it, man.
Thank God. Just good thing we missed
Hall of Famer.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I mean, he's an undoubted Hall of Famer. But yeah, the Orioles don't see him. So Rogers versus Holmes, BY versus Bryce Elder tomorrow. Who is Elder having a decent season? I guess he is. I don't think he's having like an unbelievable
year. He's like a number 5 starter.
Shane Baz versus Reynaldo Lopez on Sunday.
Reynaldo's got good stuff, but you know what? All 3 of those guys right-handed.
Thank God. So you're calling your shot 3 sweep?
Hey,
with no catcher, the Orioles just aren't going to have a catcher this weekend. You know that, right? That's what they're doing.
Okay.
So they're going to be able to win with 8 guys.
Like when we play in church league softball and like you're down a player, you can still play, but technically, like when that spot in the order comes up, it's just an out.
Oh, really?
So
I guess that is what the Orioles are doing.
And there's some innings where if you're playing properly and the other team is being annoying about it, and like there are some innings where if you're down a man, you might just have 2 hitters hit, and then that spot in the order, it's an out. So that's kind of what I feel like watching these 2 catchers hit.
I know you're saying Creed Williams isn't a good defensive catcher.
He is not.
I still want Creed Williams here. I think
he's got great hair.
He's got great hair. He's got a
great name.
He's got a great personality, great hair, great name.
He's a great kid.
He
can hit.
Swinging the bat pretty good this year.
Pretty good. But yeah, he can hit. He can definitely hit a fastball, and he's got plenty of pop.
Well, then just get him here anyway. You can just DH when.
There you go.
Maybe we let Trevor Rogers hit tonight, and we just DH Creed Williams for Sam Huff.
Imagine the first time Creed Williams comes up and his walk-up song is like, "Can you take me?" Yeah. That would be electric.
And he's going to turn,
especially if it was a big crowd.
And he might turn the season around. Yeah, it will be a big crowd. It's Hawaiian shirt night, so it will be a big crowd.
I'll be there. You going?
Not tonight. I wasn't planning on it. Maybe. How much catching has he done this year? He's caught 36 games. He's caught 37 games in Norfolk this year.
Okay.
And he's played first 18 games.
Okay. So it's not like they've given up on the catch.
Yeah, no. He's still catching. He's caught 300 innings.
Okay.
In Norfolk this season.
Okay. I wonder how the pitchers like throwing
them. Nestor Herman's having an okay year, I think, right?
Yeah, he'll. He might
Trey Gibson
surface at some point.
Cade Povich has not been pitching well at AAA.
Right. He was on the taxi squad yesterday, I think.
He was.
Yeah. So, someone's got to pitch.
Someone does, but his AAA numbers are bad, just bad. Trey Gibson looks good at AAA, not good at the MLB level.
Right.
So,
and I'm not going to give up on it. Last year, Brandon Young had an 8+ ERA. And now
sure. Yeah, I'm not giving up on Trey Gibson either, but he's just been bad.
Brandon has better stuff. BY's got better stuff than.
Yeah. I don't know. Wasn't Gibson the game that we all got mad about? Remember, he only went. The game he looked the best was that Anaheim game,
right?
Where they pulled him after 4 innings because God knows why, and then they lost that game.
Right.
That he was touching 97, 98.
Oh, see, I was on vacation. I wasn't watching.
It was the day game. It was the getaway day in Anaheim.
That's the best stuff he's had all year.
Oh yeah, he gave up 2 runs in the first, and then the second, third, and fourth, he was just mowing them down. And then they pulled him at 65 pitches.
Well,
I started throwing things.
Then that means they.
And then the Orioles lost the game in disgusting fashion.
Well, then that means that they don't really believe in the kid, right? If they're not going to.
Well, so the other thing was the bullpen was very rested, but also good, right? Keep them rested, right?
There you go.
Yeah. I didn't. It's that was the
15
rationale.
outs is a heavy lift for that crew, even if they're rested.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, like I think Cano came in and labored through an inning, and then I think
Kittredge labored through an inning.
Yeah, and Kittredge. That was the one. It was the one where they made like an error I forget exactly. I mean,
I'm sure the defense didn't help.
No, the defense did not help. They made an error somewhere, and like
it was a breathtaking loss. I know that.
Yes.
At the end.
Yes. It was that. Yeah. So you know exactly what game I'm talking about. I forget what exactly happened, but yeah, they found
Alonso broke to his right rather than his left.
Yeah. They found a way to lose.
They do tend to do that.
Yeah. They should have. That was the one they had just beat. Yeah, they'd taken 2 out of 3 from the Dodgers. They won. Bradish went like 8 innings on Monday night, and then they lost Tuesday night, and then it was like, well, at least they're going to win here on Wednesday, and then they decided to
Sammy
lose.
had 2 home runs.
Yes.
Wasted that effort.
Yep, that's what it was. Yeah. So anyway, that was the best Trey Gibson looked, and then they pulled him early, and then I don't know if we've saw him since then, but he was awful.
Yes.
So
yes.
Anyway, yeah, Braves this weekend. So. You're saying 3-0 despite no catcher?
Or it's the revenge of Jorge Mateo.
Oh God, damn.
Could happen. He's having a nice year for himself.
I guess I was about to say he was having a great year, but yeah, he's having a nice year. They got that kid Dom Smith who is like he's hitting.
I think the Braves are. You know how like we always shake our heads about how old veterans will get the dead cat bounce with the Yankees.
Oh, that's right. Ronald Acuña's coming back tonight too.
I think for fans in the NL, they roll their eyes at like these veterans like Dom Smith getting a dead cat bounce with Atlanta.
Austin Riley's having a terrible season, so maybe they've got
What happened to him?
I don't know.
I thought he was going to be like the next Troy Gloss, and it's just hasn't panned out that way.
It's going to be the Mike Yastrzemski revenge weekend as well.
It's a good ball player.
Might not see him tonight though, since it's Rogers lefty on the mound.
Right.
So maybe we don't see Yaz, but yeah, he'll probably get a chance at some point.
But Acuña's back.
Acuña, they haven't made the move. So there was a weird. Maybe I should have included this for Twib, but so he started last night for Gwinnett, and in his last at bat, he like took a swing. Let me see if I can find it. We got to get out of here too. But he took he like slipped and fell.
Oh,
not really. I don't think he didn't like fall.
Did he leave the game?
He like limped off though.
Oh,
yeah. It was very bizarre, and Braves fans were terrified. Apparently, they said that he's okay. Apparently, he said he's okay. But by all reports were that he was to be activated tonight. So we'll see after this little mishap for Ronald Acuña. Hold on, I'm going to share it so everybody. I want to get it so everybody can see this, courtesy of MILB.TV. Yeah, so he does a little hop and then, limps back to the dugout here.
Oh,
yeah.
Hate seeing that.
Not what you want to see if you were an Atlanta Braves fan. They are still in first place, but yeah, that's your franchise player. That's your cornerstone player.
Right.
And he starts limping back to the dugout. Apparently, he like slipped and like his foot got caught in the dirt. That was what he said. And so, I guess if he's saying he's okay, then that means he's okay. So yeah, I would expect to see Ronald Acuña tonight and this weekend. Matt Olson's having a crazy year. Ozzie Albies having a crazy year. So yeah, this is not going to be easy by any means, but you got the 2 aces on the mound, right? Rogers and Young.
Yeah.
For games 1 and 2.
Yeah.
And then Boss, who's apparently has the best WAR since June 1st, or the best pitcher WAR on the Orioles since June 1st, and like top 5 in the American League. So, anything else to add?
Nothing.
You want to thank our guests?
Yes. Thank you to PressBox Orioles writer Karuga Koinange for coming on the show to talk O's with us, and thanks to him for joining that discussion, and also to Harford baseball coach Josh Hauser for discussing his team's terrific year. They went 55-8, went to the JUCO World Series. All good stuff. So thank you to them for joining us. And next week, assuming I'm here, filling in for Stan still,
yes.
We're going to have Liam Bowen.
I would love to have you.
We are planning on having Liam Bowen, the new Towson baseball coach.
Nice.
He was at UMBC, took the Towson job, I want to say like a month ago, 6 weeks ago, and we can ask him about why. And
I'll ask him if I should start booking my trip for Omaha now.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
And then we'll have somebody else too.
Okay, cool.
I don't know who, but
sounds good.
Somebody.
Sounds good. Looking forward to it. Thanks, Luke. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate you.
Thanks for having me.
And I guess I'll send it. So, do you want to steal Glenn's sign off and
no
tell that team down in Durham that they stink?
Duke stinks.
Okay.
Wait a minute. It's Friday? It's time for Stan the Fan, Chief Grand Poobah Man, and the Friday Baseball Show. Griffin Bass helps bring more class to the Friday Baseball Show. They'll talk best games, Dan Charles is his name on the Friday Baseball Show. He's been in the owner's suite, he's been doing sports talk since 81. He's only lived in Baltimore for 45 years, but we'll give him a break on that hump. They'll acknowledge football, don't expect calls, it's the Friday Baseball Show. It's okay to say Glenn's back on Monday, but this is the Friday Baseball Show. The Friday Baseball Show. The Friday Baseball Show. Duke still sucks.